take home the national championship for the first time in our winner-take-all Game 3. Texas, the 6th seed, is the home team tonight in this finale. And the starting lineups brought to you by Capital One for the 12th seed Red Raiders, and it all starts at the top with Maya Davis. She has reached base in 6 of her 7 plate appearances here in the finals. And for Texas Tech, they've scored runs in 3 innings in this series. She has been a part of all 3 of those innings. And they will face Tegan Cavan in the circle. The winner of Game 1 gave up just 3 hits the first time she faced Tech, and she is 3-0 in this World Series.
Tegan Cavan is a power pitcher. She has the ability to bend the ball and throw with velocity. How about a drop at 71 miles an hour, a rise ball hard and up in the zone as well. She can really mix speeds, though. 56 miles an hour on the changeup. Look at the 5 to 6 inches of vertical break on that changeup. That's the key pitch for tonight. Needs to be able to land that for a strike. It'll help set up everything else, the drop and the rise.
Both teams looking for their first title, both with an All-American in the circle. School wins records for Texas and Texas Tech. Both had to go through the defending champs, Oklahoma, to get here. And both in the last 2 days picked up their first ever championship finals victories. And now they need one more to take the trophy home. Maya Davis to start things off. Noteworthy for the Red Raiders in both games so far in the finals. They have loaded the bases in the first inning, but failed to score. Davis skies that one out to left, and there's Katie Stewart, 1 down.
Watch a lot of aggressive swinging early from both these teams. When you're facing All-American type pitchers, as a hitter, you want to get early. As you take a look at Jerry Glasgow, what he's done with his Texas Tech program is an understanding. His first World Series appearance, but an understanding of the pitcher that they're going to face and a whole lot of preparation.
Been here as an SEC assistant, now in his first year in Lubbock. And a remarkable job by him and his staff, the leadership of Demi Elder, to get this team together quickly with 7 transfers, 6 he brought with him from Louisiana, and 7 freshmen. None better than this one at the plate. And Haley Toney pulls that to the right side. Katie Bennett is there, 2 down.
This is a good start for Tegan Cavan, the 3 lefties at the top. The lefties are the ones for Texas Tech that have been doing the damage. Cavan has yet to give up a base hit to a right-handed hitter of Texas Tech.
2 outs on just 3 pitches for Tegan. And here's Lauren Allred, the first baseman, out of Texarkana, Texas. One of those transfers that was with Glasgow. 1 for 5 so far in the finals. In the postseason, she already has a pair of walk-offs. One of those a home run in the regionals. The other, that sacrifice fly to eliminate Oklahoma in the national semifinals. And now 0-2 from Cavan.
Cavan already establishing the inner half of the plate to the lefties. Immediately using that changeup, drop ball inside to the lefties. We know she's got that great rise ball at the top of the zone. She'll throw that on either corner.
And Allred watches that one go high.
And here's a look at what Tegan Cavan does and how she attacks the zone. It's really 55% upspin, but she can go downstairs. That's something she's worked on really hard the last couple of years in that changeup, 14%, but in any count.
And getting great chase with that here in Oklahoma City.
And here's the difference on what she's done last year to this year. Look at last year, just 4% drop balls. This year, all the way up to over a quarter of her pitches on the downward spin, the downward trajectory. And that's made a big difference, because when you can vertically split that strike zone, it's hard to know where to look.
Plus, her changeup looks like her drop. Before, you could see the changeup easier because it's so different from the rise ball. That changeup down in the zone, similar spin, similar look for hitters than the drop.
And a big reason why these two teams are here is because these two pitchers did not stand on their laurels. Change, adapt,
100%.
Adjust, add another pitch, add to your velo.
Beth, every year you've got to morph. You've got to do something different. You cannot stay the same.
Allred getting a look at a lot of pitches in this at-bat. Here's the seventh one coming.
Well, that's her changeup. That one's coming in at about 59 miles an hour. She needs to drop that down to about 55, 56 at the very most. When that changeup gets too fast, it gets fouled off, it gets struck.
15 strikeouts in her 4 appearances in the World Series. Doesn't rely on that a whole lot. Really good at getting the ground outs and the pop-ups.
Well, and earlier this year in February when they played, Cavan actually had 18 strikeouts against Tech, but this is a very different Tech team. And you're right, Cavan has been much more pitch to contact later in this season.
And Tech's more hit to contact now. They do not strike out very much. You put the ball in play, foul it off. Lauren Allred, by the way, started this count 0-2, and since then she has fouled off 5 pitches, gotten 2 more balls. She's worked the count back in. This is where Texas Tech has changed. Early in the year when they had those losses, they had those big strikeouts. Now they create chaos because they put the ball in play.
Very unconventional with how they score. 5 runs in the championship series, only one of them a result of a base hit. In fact, yesterday, in their 4-3 win in Game 2, they scored on a wild pitch, a hit by pitch, a sacrifice fly, and an E3, and won it by a run.
It's like expect the unexpected. That's when you
They stole home. I mean, that's just like they stole home.
Exactly.
I mean, straight up stole home against UCLA. That just tells you.
Yeah. That was one of their 4 upsets of a higher seed to keep moving through the tournament. And Allred is going to see a 12th pitch. This is how they've been doing it throughout the course of this World Series. Just 1 home run. That's it.
It's too conventional for him.
That's too easy.
Even running through stop signs. I mean, it's been a whole lot of chaos for this offense.
Cavan was rolling through the first couple of batters.
I mean, Lauren Allred. That's the drop ball. We've seen the changeup, rise ball, everything that Cavan has thrown her. There's not been a swing and miss pitch, and she's wasting something to make Cavan try to make a mistake.
That is now 8 foul balls with 2 strikes here. And we've already had a couple of confabs out there in the circle for Texas. Reese Atwood, the cornerstone catcher of this defensive unit, making sure everybody's on the same page. Pitch number 13 of the at-bat.
And the way that Atwood is tapping her chest, telling Cavan, trust me, trust me. So that was interesting. Oh, and they're going to say a hitter. So she set up on the outer half. It was a changeup, and so that's why Reese Atwood was tapping her chest, like, I'm going to set up outside. Trust me, throw the changeup back inside. She ends up hitting Allred. So she set up outside, but it's a changeup to just go away from her. Just goes off the arm guard.
You are not required to move out of the way if all your appendages are still in the batter's box in women's softball.
You got the shift. 3 infielders on that left side. No one at second base. Jolie Mitchell pulled over. Big, huge hole. Ball. Very unique to do this against a right-handed batter. We see this against lefty slappers when you're trying to cover the 5-6 hole. And Alana Johnson likes to go the other way. So this is a tell of Kavan definitely has to get the ball in.
Ball. Wow. They still go to the outer half. And those are 2 drop balls low in the zone.
Boy, we could be looking back at that Lauren Allred at-bat as a huge game changer so early in the ball game. So twice the catcher goes out to talk to Kavan, and now Patty Ruth Taylor, the pitching coach, is out for a chat.
Yeah, that Lauren Allred at bat, a big difference because of the amount of pitches that she saw. I mean, just comparatively, Davis and Tony, 4 pitches total. 13 for Lauren Allred. Heck of an at bat.
Steve Singleton, the defensive coach, comes out, talks to the infield again in that massive shift.
Johnson with that open stance and then a step.
And go right back to that outer half.
Got to be careful. That hole is so huge. And that is her power zone.
2-1, pulls it to Scott over to first. And they get her to hit it to the left side. Nyjah Kennedy will step into the circle to face Texas when we come back. Oklahoma City out of Devon Park. Our starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. And here's how it looks for the Longhorns. Mia Scott, 8 career hits off of Nyjah Kennedy, including a home run in Game 2 last night. Nobody does it better against Nyjah than she does. And Nyjah back out in the circle for the 3rd day in a row, getting the start.
Well, Nyjah is just dominating. She has that rise ball in the top half of the zone that she'll throw 73 miles an hour. Her changeup comes in at 56. How about the 7 strikeouts in Game 1? A lot to the arm side, but she expanded the zone with the curveball. A scries, that's a screwball and a rise ball. In Game 2, she had 6 strikeouts. Look at the way she has peppered the corners of the zone. She's been on the edges, has kept everything out of the middle, the danger zone.
So what will the pitch repertoire look like tonight? She is 4-0 this season, pitching on the 3rd day in a row. She's thrown 495 of those pitches in their 5 games here in Oklahoma City. That's every one for Tech. And it's Ashton Maloney who will step in first. She and Caden Henry set the table for Scott. They each have a hit in the first 2 games of this championship series. And Ashton is tied with Janae Jefferson for the single season hits record, 92 of them this year.
One of them against Nyjah. She likes the ball in. And as a slapper, she really likes to be able to stay inside that pitch. That's why they've stayed away. She got her single on a rise in.
Boy, and they were really protecting the lines, the 3-4 hole, the 5-6 hole. Maloney can get it back up the middle. Take a look at the defense, how they're pulled to the edges. Right back up the middle, wide open.
2-1 pitch. Tries to sneak that one by outside. Fouled off by Ashton. Here's a look at Mike White, leading Texas to their 3rd championship series in 4 years. Knocked out twice in 22 and 24 by Oklahoma. And breaking through this year to get back to the finals to face Tech. That's up and away, and Maloney now with a full count.
5 pitches and everything has been away. Yet to try to come even middle in.
Swing and a miss. Nigeri Kennedy with over 300 strikeouts on the season will open up the night with another one.
Nigeri using all aspects of the zone, and she's going to go to the outer half. This ball actually slips out of her hand a little bit. You can see the way she's trying to throw a screwball here. It's a little bit lower in the zone. Look at that tumble. That is a screwball. She'll move it up. She'll move it down.
This is Caden Henry. Kennedy ended game 2 with a strikeout of Henry with the tying run at third base in the 7th inning last night. Half of her outs have been strikeouts over the course of her career. 2 years at Stanford and now 1 year here at Texas Tech. Look, that one pitch might have been a little slippery. So you got a hot and a humid night, Michelle. You're throwing for the 3rd day in a row. What's she up against physically?
Well, absolutely, it's training. I mean, she has trained for this moment, but she's got to stay hydrated. This is a team that has seen her a lot this year, but here she's got the big 3 things. She's got the ability to throw the spots, she's got the speed, and she's got the spin. So those 3 S's are really what make her such a complete pitcher.
1-2 to Henry. Chops that to short. Haley Toney, and not in time to get the speedy Henry. You got no time to waste as an infielder to get that ball over to first. Pronto.
Once it gets to the second hop, that is the single.
Well, and take a look. She's going to move back, Jess. She doesn't go get this. She goes back.
And that's exactly it. If you allow Caden Henry with her speed to get that hop right there, you got to go get it so fast down that line.
And here's Mia Scott. Homered off of Kennedy in game 2. This her 18th World Series game. Has been a part of the 2 teams that fell short of a title and now trying to bring one home to Austin in her finale.
She's hit everything that Nyjah has thrown to her. The changeup yesterday, the home run was on the rise ball. Now making a slight adjustment. She's moving more on the plate. She's in the very back of the batter's box, but that left foot in that corner, and she'll step really closed, trying to hunt something middle away.
And there's a base hit. Out to right. Runners at first and second. And Lindemuth had to climb up to grab that errant throw.
I mean, Mia Scott, it's unbelievable. This is an 0-2 count. And she's looking middle away. She gets a changeup. But watch her body be beat, but her hands, always her hands, figure out a way to get it done. No one owns Nyjah Kennedy, but Mia Scott is pretty darn close. Now her 9th hit against her.
Tonight, it's the early threat for Texas. Wow. Reese Atwood, the number 4 hitter, the best slugger in school history, has been struggling mightily here at the World Series.
That's not going to get called again.
A bunt.
That's not going to get called again. You can't bunt Reese Atwood in this situation. With 1 out, no way.
I wonder if she's trying to pull the corners in.
Atwood drives one out to left. Henry headed for the plate, and the throw-in hits Toney on the backside and allows Texas base runners to advance.
And that's the bat we talked about. Reese Atwood, she is the number 4 hitter. She has the ability to change a game with 1 swing of the and she does it here. She gets a pitch on the inner half, a screwball that's coming in with a little bit of up on it, and she just peppers that.
Looks a lot like the intentional walk pitch that she got 2 games ago. Peppered it through that 5-6 hole. And Haley Toney, not even looking, it hits her in the back.
So a single and then an E7 on the advance of the runners. And Katie Stewart can bust this thing open early. What a moment, though, for Reese Atwood. She had the worst batting average in the lineup at the World Series prior to that. And now 2 hits, and both of them have been timely to drive in runs. And a shake of her head from Nigeri, trying to get through this challenge. First run allowed in a first inning.
Oh my goodness.
In 2 months. And Stewart sends that one out to right. Scott will score. Runners at the corners for the Longhorns. And they are tagging Nigeri early.
It's another 0-2 hit. That is the exclamation point. Nyjah Kennedy, when she gets you 0-2, you hit 50.50. Katie Stewart 0-2 takes a pitch away, left up in the zone, another run for the Longhorns.
And just the last 3 hits have all been while she is ahead, while Nyjah is ahead. You cannot be that close to the zone.
Third time for the Texas hitters to see Kennedy in the last 72 hours. She was dominating the right-handers the first 2 games, and now back-to-back RBI singles for righties to make it 2-love.
And you guys, this is what you get in a game 3 when you've seen a pitcher the 3rd consecutive day. It's going to be advantage hitter. Nyjah's still going to have her stuff. She just has to be less predictable, and she's got to be able to execute those pitches. Hard to do 3 days in a row.
3 hits with 2 strikes in the inning. And Texas may not be done yet. Here's Jolie Mitchell looking for her first hit of the finals. She had 3 home runs in their 3 games prior. And that one will drift into the seats.
And this is a big at-bat for Nyjah. She's got to really get some outs here because head coach Jerry Glasgow told Holly Rowe, we can't afford to give up a lot of runs. 3 max, 4 at the very, very most.
Holly got that from him in our pregame show tonight. In for a strike, and Stewart will take second. So now 2 in scoring position.
That's big because that takes away the potential double play for the infield on anything hit hard on the ground.
Another 0-2 count, and this is where Nyjah, you can tell, she's breathing deep. She's really trying to collect herself a little bit more. She was more faster paced early in the inning. She needs the strikeout here. That's what she's going for.
4 straight hits for Texas, and she gets the strikeout there for out number 2.
Well, and that was a really good setup. It was rise ball inside, foul ball, and then curve ball away to pick up that strikeout.
Here's Leanne Good, the 7th to the plate. Had an RBI double in the 7th inning the last time she saw Kennedy. Drills that one deep and gone. Leanne Good, 3-run home run, Texas. Good's 4th home run of the NCAA tournament.
10th of the season, the junior, and this is just understanding where you're going to be pitched. Her front foot stays open so she can get to the rise ball that's inside, gets the barrel there, stays inside out, barely clears. 3 more runs for the Longhorns, but it's been the approach and honestly the fact that they have seen her now so much and how comfortable they look.
5 runs for Texas in the first 2 games of the finals, and now 5 runs in the first inning here in game 3. Pop up, and that will end it. But what a start for the Longhorns. 5 hits, 4 singles, and a blast off the bat of Leanne Good for a 5-0 start. Tagging Kennedy along the way.
It's not easy, obviously, but I think what helped me is, at the end of the day, it's just a game. And I think it put into perspective. I'm just chucking a yellow ball, and people are running and turning left. And so I just wanted to have fun.
Today was just for Tegan. It was for her family, and it was a whole lot of love on the field today. It was just a different meaning.
She told us, and the first thing she said was that she's good and she's ready to go today. So Tegan Kavan's my hero today.
Well, Tegan Kavan pitched the game of her life against Oklahoma just hours after learning that her beloved grandmother had passed away. And her grandmother taped every game, watched every single game, and was a super fan. She was even at her no-hitter against Missouri earlier this year. Grandma showed up. Even though she was 96 years old, she was at the ballpark constantly. And she was a coach, Coach Teresa, Tegan's mother, who in turn coached her daughter. And just a lot of love with this team supporting Tegan through this terrible time. Joe Lukehart was 97, as I said, and her celebration of life will be held June 14th.
Yeah, that was quite a moment on Saturday. Texas had never beaten Oklahoma at the World Series, had been knocked out by them the last 2 times they were here in the finals. Had an emotional day for Kavan, and she starred. And what a tournament it has been for her, you know, sometimes overshadowed a bit by what Kennedy has been doing and all the attention, but Tegan has been lights out for Texas and is 4-0 in their head-to-head matchups against Kennedy, including 3 times here in OKC in the last 2 years. Or you see Nigeri on deck. She will hit second behind Alexa Langoliers. Scott. Another web gem? Yes, indeed. Nothing has gotten by her here at the World Series. 1 down.
Mia Scott just has so much talent. The backhand, she gets up, rights herself, rifles the ball across to Jolie Mitchell at first. And Kavan, she knows that she needs this defense behind her. Just sharing that love back
24
to Mia Scott.
It's hard to believe she has a torn ACL. I mean, that's unbelievable to me, making the plays that she's making.
Well, we've really seen that young woman blossom. She's become more talkative, more open. This infield, in their own words, has not been very communicative with each other and with their pitcher earlier in the season. They got together and Tegan said, hey, I need you guys. And they have her back, and they're much more vocal about it. You see them all taking a few steps in, little chatter. And she's in front of Nigeri Kennedy, 0-2. Ball. Kennedy does have home run power at the plate. 3 in the postseason for the junior from Topeka, Kansas. 1 for 14 so far here at the World Series.
Biggest reason, one of the bigger reasons why she definitely wanted to be a part of this Tech team, besides the $2 million now, is she really wanted to hit. She wanted to swing the bat. She's done that. Leads this team in home runs.
And the swing and a miss. First strikeout for Kavan, 2 down.
Well, Kavan, we talk a lot about a rise ball or drop ball, but really it's the changeup that's the difference maker, the over-the-top rotation at 55 miles an hour. It just knee buckles you. And then look at the little butterfly kisses between Mia Scott and Kavan. That is just, you know, this team, as you mentioned earlier, Beth, has just really blossomed. They've had some defensive errors here, but you can just tell when they're playing well and they're strong, Kavan's using her defense, they're a completely different team.
And you're right, she's constantly talking to her, and that's a huge difference. The last month of the season.
Here's Demi Elder and Kavan in front 0-2. With the exception of the 13-pitch at-bat for Lauren Allred, Kavan's been getting out in front and getting after it, and Samantha Lincoln will join Chloe Riasetto out in the bullpen. And the catch for Caden Henry, it's a 1-2-3 inning. Good. Not go back out to pitch in the second inning for Texas Tech. 5 runs allowed in the first, the most of any inning in her career, as she was trying tonight to pitch her 3rd straight game in 3 days. And Chloe Riasetto is out there in the circle for the Red Raiders. First appearance for anyone not named Nyjah here in OKC.
Riasetto is going to be a lot of curveball, drop ball. With a little bit of a change in her eyes, but she is a lot of curve on both sides of the plate. She's got that lefty, crafty spin. She'll throw it backdoor as well as run it away from you.
Remember, Nyjah Kennedy can come back into this game.
She'll probably be in hitting, I would assume.
She'll stay hitting in that flex position.
Gonna need some help from her teammates to pick her up. Bennett lays down the bunt. Riasetto covers one out. Back to the top of the order for the Longhorns. So 5 runs total through the first 2 games. Already 5 tonight. Leanne Good, the 3-run home run, the big blast in that first inning. Ashton Maloney, a high hopper to short. 2 down.
We've also got left-handed pitcher on 4 straight left-handed batters, so good time to come in for Riasetto.
If you are wondering, by the way, the biggest comeback in World Series Finals history, Auburn down 7 runs, rallied to win Game 2 against Oklahoma in 2016 on the Emily Carasoni walk-off grand slam. That forced a Game 3, which the Sooners ended up winning.
Ball.
Henry started that rally in the first with a single, came around to score. Her 15th hit and her 11th run scored in their 10 NCAA tournament games. Off the glove of Linda Muth, and Tony tries to clean it up, but too much speed and a 2-out base runner. Second infield hit. And here comes Mia Scott. This is what Mia noticed after her first at-bat, came in to score, and telling her teammates Kennedy's pitch was flat. Leanne Good took notice and sent one out.
That spin rate, and we've got those numbers up here. The spin rate is down a lot. Velocity's still there for Nyjah, but day 3, you're going to notice a difference, and that's exactly what Mia Scott was verbalizing. It's flat.
Scott drifting back towards the track is Davis. That'll stay in the yard. 5-0 Texas through 2.
Here at the World Series.
Yes.
Oh, look at RJ, always a Wildcat. Hey, Doris is going to be on the 7 Innings Live. That's running simultaneously over on ESPNU. She's going to join the crew there.
It's like the GOAT.
Ground ball to short, good. Well, we saw a big comeback last night in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Does Texas Tech have something in them? Not a girl, DB. Save one for us.
I love it.
Kat Osterman going to be on the show as well.
That's right.
Could be a big night for her. She was here at the World Series 3 times.
They look like they're having too much fun over there.
We're jealous, all the highlights.
Bailey Lindemuth sitting there looking for a spark. Get something going. It's been tough sledding against Tegan Cavan.
Ball, it's inside.
Now 26 innings here at the World Series without allowing an earned run.
Well, she's been steady. You know, earlier in this season, she had some control issues because her mechanics were breaking down.
Lindemuth sends Henry back a few steps, 2 out.
Late in the season, she's been able to figure some things out, get that body that more upright, not falling off to the side, so she's able to finish her pitches. And I mean, she's been stellar here in Oklahoma City.
4 of the first 7 batters started off 0-2. I mean, that's a huge difference. She was always getting 2-1, 3-0 with a lot of batters when she was struggling. Now coming right at them.
She'd be your most outstanding player front runner at this juncture. Was on the All-Women's College World Series team here last year. Five and 1 in 2 seasons at the World Series for Tegan. Out of Dowling Catholic High School in West Des Moines, Iowa.
That sounds familiar.
If only there were basketball people in the house.
Yes.
Help us out with that one.
I should find that out. Oh. Caitlin Clark, maybe they'll put up a couple of statues outside of that high school. In due order for Texas in the top of the 3rd with a 5-0 lead.
Tori Vidalis, who's on our SEC network right now, is playing tomorrow.
That's right. I wonder if she's been getting some extra swings.
And oh, by the way, MLB is now backing softball for the first time, just announced last week.
Nice to see the support of a professional league here in the States.
Opportunities after college. Here's Reese Atwood, bottom 3. And a 5-run first inning for Texas. And Atwood had the first RBI single. They chased Nigeri Kennedy after 1. She can return if Tech can get back into this thing. But the story right now is the Longhorns. 7 times they've been here at the World Series. 7 times have gone home empty-handed. And now that trophy is in sight. Chloe Riasetto came on last inning. 4, 5, and 6 here. The right-handed bats have awakened for Texas. They've been quiet through the first 2 games of the finals.
You could just feel Reese Atwood. Some of them, you knew they were going to get to the ball.
All right, now she's going to town. Atwood legging it out for second and a stand-up double. And her first extra base hit of this World Series.
So good. We've talked about up and in, right? Her being able to adjust 5-6 hole. Those were her first 2 hits. Now look at this pitch. This is a great pitch. Low and away. Watch the barrel drop, get on plane, and then drive. 4 slug out to right center field. Maya Davis trying to make a play. Reese Atwood swinging a hot bat after starting the World Series 0 for 10.
You could tell, though, that she was close. She had hit a couple of balls, just totally smoked them, but right at players. But, you know, she kept her composure. She told us she knew it was just a matter of time.
The time has come. Stewart sends one out to the exact same spot, back to the wall. And that will score. Atwood as Stewart stands on second. It's 6-0.
And this is where the right-handed hitters for Texas stay inside the ball so well against Riaceto, the left-handed pitcher. Just taking pitchers into that gap. This is a backdoor curveball in the outer half coming back into the zone. And look at the way Katie Stewart hunts it. She lets that travel to the outer half and then just drives that into the right center gap.
Jolie Mitchell dropping down a bunt. And the sacrifice moves Stewart to third. One down. And next up is the home run hitting Leanne Good.
Take it back to the first inning. Watch her front foot. It just stays open to be able to get to that rise ball. She was hunting Nyjah in and up. Was able to meet that pitch, greeted on out of here. 3-run home run back in the first.
Popped up. Langoliers is there. 2 down. And it's the designated player, Katie Simmons. Senior from Humboldt, Texas. Had a sac fly to drive in a run in game 2 last night.
Ball, it's inside.
Last 2 seasons for Texas with this core group returning. 6 starters are back from a year ago, rewriting the record books. These last 2 seasons, tops in batting average, runs scored, home runs, deep fly ball, and on the track, Davis is there. And they're showing their stuff so far tonight. Another run up, back-to-back extra base hits to make it 6-0. Well, it's been a remarkable run for Texas Tech. This was a sub-500 program before Jerry Glasgow and Kennedy and all the transfers got here. Had never won a championship, had never been to the World Series, hadn't made it past the regionals. And this season, they sweep the regular season and the tournament in the Big 12. They're here at the World Series, and they're playing for a championship for the first time. They made a big investment, and they got a big payout. And now they need that spark to try and get it started.
Jerry Glasgow now just getting in the third base box. Behind home plate.
He had to wait for Kavan to throw the pitch. He was talking to his dugout, said, come on, let's go. We just one spark.
You know, he prides himself on being the representative here of all those softball travel dads, and that's how he started out in coaching. Worked his way up through the ranks, and one of the cool subplots of this matchup is Mike White on the left. When he was at Oregon, he coached Jerry's daughter, Jerry Ann, here at the World Series. And so much history for these 2 guys that have dedicated their lives to the game. And a base hit there. Let's see if that's the trigger for Texas Tech, and a smile for Jerry.
You see Jerry Ann Glasgow, team photo, Mike White. I mean, so much history with Jerry Ann, passed in 2019. Jerry now gets to coach with his other daughter, Tara Archibald, who's the pitching coach. But he represents all the softball dads out there. And there's, believe me, I had one, you had one. I mean, that's kind of softball moms as well. But Jerry Glasgow, his daughters, now he's here coaching at the World Series.
Full-on softball family.
Right at Scott. 1 down. Here's Alana Johnson. As Tegan Kavan continues to spin it. And there's the shift on Johnson again.
ball.
It's worked every time that she has not gotten hit by a pitch in the championship series.
She's just been around everything, even pitches on the outer half. She's playing pickle with Mia Scott.
Which is interesting because her best path is actually to right field, and you would think seeing that massive hole that your entire body would be thinking, okay, stay inside out, poke something to the right side.
At what point does that go from a positive, all right, now I know where to go, to a negative, all right, now I have to go there?
It literally gets in your head.
Yeah.
It starts to mess with you. You see 3 on the left side like that, super unique. You don't see that very often at all for righties.
Johnson drives one. Stewart, 1 foot on the dirt, makes the catch, 2 down. Well, not only is this the home for the Women's College World Series, Devon Park here in Oklahoma City, but in the summer of 2028, when the Olympic Games come to Los Angeles, Oklahoma City will host the softball competition right here, and then downtown they'll host the canoe slalom. So a couple of Olympic events will be coming to town the summer of LA 28.
I see players that have been on this field, absolutely, playing in those 2028 games.
Patty Gasso coaching Team USA. They will be out on the road. We're going to China, right, in August this summer.
That's right. We'll have some sort of a pre-Olympic event before 28. A lot of stuff happening in the international softball scene.
And the growth of the game just continues. I see so many eyes, the excitement around the Women's College World Series, the pro level, and now the Olympics back.
Well, the attendance has been fabulous, even in the absence of a local team. Still within driving distance for these two sides.
I don't think a lot of people appreciate the play. We've seen some very unique softball, I guess you could say, this week at the World Series.
I'll say.
We had the lights go off.
Yeah.
I mean, never.
We had a blackout. We've had 5 walk-offs. I mean, it's a capper for the season, right? That 4 different teams were ranked #1 at some point. Texas A&M, the 1 seed, got bounced in the regionals.
Parity.
Megan Grant missed home plate. I mean,
Megan Grant missed home plate. Don't even get us started on Appendix G. Langeliers opposite. Maloney makes the right move to grab it. So far, it's all hook 'em. We'll hear from Mike White on the other side. A 5 spot up for Texas.
Kit Henry started off, got on base, and Reese Atwood with that spiritual power, breaking them through. Katie Stewart going a little bit opposite field, but this is what did it. Leanne Good, a 3-run home run to cap off that 5-run first inning, 5 hits. Haven't looked back since, added on another one in the 3rd.
First 5 games of the World Series, they hit under 250, and now they're batting 500 tonight.
Well, I'm looking at some of the TrackMan stats. Nija's spin rate down a little bit today, just that fatigue setting in, about 130 RPMs lower than in previous games. That equates to 8 to 10%. And so that means less vertical separation, less movement, less dip on the changeup. But this Texas team, they knew what they were hunting. They were aggressive. They saw something good and they attacked it. They didn't let it go. They pounced.
They stopped taking the rise ball and they started swinging at it. And a lot of that was recognizing from Mia Scott, who verbalized to them, hey, it's a little bit more flat today.
Here's Katie Bennett, and then the top of the order for Texas. You know, it's not just the Longhorns that have been fighting through frustration here in years past, but it's their coach, too.
Yeah.
Tremendous success here, but also with the Oregon Ducks for 5 years. He came here twice as a #1 seed, and they fell short. And then Texas now, 2 trips to the championship series, fell short. And we asked him about it the other day. He said, hey, what else are we going to do? Got to keep coming back. You got to keep adapting. You got to figure things out.
You got to beat Oklahoma.
You got to beat Oklahoma. And they did all of those to get to the finals this year. Holly?
Well, Mike White said that he has had to evolve as a coach. Remember, he was one of the best pitchers and fast pitch players in the world. He was the world #1 and then pitched for the U.S. national team for a long time. And he said, I've been such a competitive guy. That's my nature as a player. And that didn't work as a coach. And so this year, he literally told us before this series started, I want this for them, not for myself. I had to learn that my competitive spirit was not the most important thing.
Well, after the loss last year, the team went back, and their motto for this year already started over the summer, over the fall. It was fuel the fire, and that was based on losing to Oklahoma in this championship series.
Texas Tech is challenging if the runner made an attempt towards second base and then was tagged.
All right, Bennett ruled safe at first, but they're going to look to see if she turned and tried to go to second or if she just came back to the base. Well, the umpire there at first base was right on top of that, Cam Ellison, watching closely.
I think it's more of just a hop to turn around.
Yeah. She dropped step.
Thinking about it, but
I mean, that's textbook base running. After you get through the bag, what are you're taught to look into foul territory to see if there's an overthrow. She does. She sees it. Drop steps, goes back to the bag.
Aaron Peterson, Ellison, Steve Gould, and Jim Bertuzzi are crew tonight. That's Steve on the microphone. You know, when we were talking about how good, you know, and how wacky this series is, we forgot to mention the 13-minute review of whether or not Grant did touch home plate. We had the review here in game 1 of the Champ Series that was significant. Christy Cornwell, our rules analyst, anything here?
So what they're reviewing is the tag attempt, whether or not she is in jeopardy. So if they rule that she made an attempt to go to second, she is in jeopardy and liable to be put out. If they rule that she just was turning around, then she's not in jeopardy and the tag is a moot point.
What does in jeopardy mean?
Well, she can run straight through first base. She can run through first base and not be in jeopardy as long as she doesn't make an attempt to go to second base. And jeopardy means being put out.
Thank you, Christy.
I think her intent, because she was facing foul territory, means she's returning. If she would have been possibly facing second base, it looks like she's potentially trying to advance.
I don't see why this would be taking this long. It certainly didn't look like she was making an attempt to run to second base. Here we go.
After review, the call is upheld. The runner did not attempt to second base. That's Texas Tech's first challenge.
One of their 2 challenges. So a base runner here to lead off the 4th, and the top of the order coming up for their 3rd at-bats already. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Maloney 0 for 2. And now she's got her hit. Gonna try and leg it out for second. She will slide in safe. And Ashton Maloney has set the new single-season hits record for Texas, passing the All-American and U.S. national teamer Janae Jefferson.
we are seeing the best of Texas's offense in the history of them being here at the World Series. This has been the low point. It's been the offense that has struggled, and here Ashton Maloney does a beautiful job with off the slap, by the way, to get the double.
Ooh. Oh boy,
She was out.
she was out. They did not challenge.
That's the one they needed to challenge.
Tag was on her toe before the heel hit the base, but play on, and Texas will with 2 in scoring position. 0-2 to Caden Henry. Doesn't chase away. Seven of the 9 in the order have now reached base for Texas. Bobbled by Riasetto, nowhere to go with it, and the bases are loaded for Mia Scott. Nobody out, and the heart of the order coming up. We talked about Tegan Cavan looking for the pitching performance of her career in the Open, and we talked about these two, Scott and Atwood. They have already delivered tonight, and now they are hunting for more.
Look at Mia Scott's career, 4 career home runs at the Women's College World Series. Just the records that she owns.
Oh, a laser foul.
80 miles an hour off the bat. And Mia Scott, what makes her so good is actually her hands. A lot of times we talk about the lower half, the body, the power. For Mia, like, she'll get beat, but her hands are so good, so quick on that last swing on a pitch inside. And she knows it. She knows she can get beat, but she's always got those money makers. Only 9 Ks, by the way, on the year for her.
Strike at the knees, 1 and 2. Scott smashes that deep center field. Mia Scott, grand slam, Texas in game 3 of the finals.
Mia Scott, so good on the stage. Holly Rowe talked about it earlier. No one had hit Nyjah Kennedy better. And now, you guys count him as a senior. Her 5th career World Series home run.
One of the greats in Texas history may have just put a capper on her career. A grand slam for Mia Scott to bring the run rule into effect. In game 3 of the championship series, the Texas Longhorns going deep.
Scott, one of the greatest to ever put on a Longhorn uniform. She puts a huge exclamation point, not just in her career, but at the World Series. The numbers that she has had, grand slam, and how about a curtain call? Don't see this very often. Coming back out of the dugout to thank those Longhorn fans.
And she's always been so behind the scenes, never wanted any of the attention. It's fitting that she should get it here in potentially the last game of her career in a Longhorn uniform.
First grand slam here in 15 years. It's 10-0 Texas, and the run rule is in effect, which means that Texas Tech will be down to its final at-bat in the top of the 5th inning, trying to close the gap to under 8 runs. Here's Reese Atwood, 2 for 2. An RBI, has scored twice. It's a team that was #1 in the preseason, had almost everybody back. They knew what they wanted. Nothing short of playing in these finals would do. They've had their ups and downs. They had some moments of doubt, defensive changes. They got swept late in the year by Oklahoma. They got whooped in the SEC tournament by Texas A&M and just put it all behind them. Said, hey, it's all about the postseason. It's all about the World Series.
Well, and how about that epic super regional with Clemson?
Yeah, they lost the first game.
Yeah, and had to come back.
And Tegan Cavan has just been masterful in the circle for the Longhorns. after she herself had a shaky moment or two in that Clemson Super Regional. Totally different performance here in OKC. Atwood, ground ball to Tony. One down. Hey, the 2025 NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships begin on Wednesday at Hayward Field out in Eugene. It'll air on the ESPN platforms. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships.
Ball.
Katie Stewart, RBI single, RBI double tonight. It's a Texas team that has stayed together and played together. Just a couple of transfers in their lineup, and they've been around multiple seasons. Homegrown Texans like Scott and Atwood and Henry. And then bringing in the outsiders like Katie Stewart out of Frankfort, Illinois. Knows her job is to do damage, and she's done some again for the second year in a row here.
She showed out as a freshman, and here she is as a sophomore, continuing to be a big bat in this lineup. And how about defensively? She's played all over the field for Texas.
She was in tears in that Super Regional loss. She was the shortstop, had a few errors, just kind of game moving fast on her. They ended up moving her to left field.
It's been a little bit of a roller coaster of a season for Texas.
Stewart couldn't check it. 2 down.
Which is something we haven't always seen, because the last 4 years with Oklahoma winning that four-peat, most of their years they went through without anyone really able to contend against them.
Of course, OU and Texas joining the SEC this season. They are 3 outs away from winning the first championship for an SEC team in 10 years, and the first Texas title ever.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by...
Time to check out our Capital One rewarding performance. Bases loaded. Mia Scott sends it out.
No doubt about it. A grand slam, her 9th hit here at the World Series. Mia Scott, she has been everything for this Longhorn team, but putting that exclamation point just last inning in the 4th puts them in run rule contention, and she has been a leader defensively. We've seen her with Tegan Kavan pick up the bat. She's hitting almost 600 here in OKC.
Look at the OPS over 1,200.
Oh, man. And now they will hand it off to Tegan Kavan. 28 innings without an earned run here at the World Series, looking for her 4th win. And the Longhorns are 3 outs away from a first national championship. Reagan Jennings is the pinch hitter for Kennedy. It's 6, 7, and 8. They need to score 3 runs to extend the game. Just 1 hit allowed, a single in the 4th off of Kavan. And that is it. Only 1 other base runner tonight against Tegan.
She has been stellar. She's been on point, mixing her speeds.
If this is the end of the line for Texas Tech, what a remarkable season it has been for Nigeri Kennedy. She will finish the year #1 in the country in ERA for the 3rd season in a row. No one has done that 3 consecutive. Her 34 wins, the most in D1, and she will be back at Texas Tech next year with another $1 million NIL deal. And probably some new freshmen and transfers by her side.
I know I can feel her pain even right now, and disappointment, the pressure that she puts on herself. And I'll tell you what, she got them here. I know they were a team, but they're not here without Nyjah Kennedy. They made history on every single path from the Big 12 championship, getting to Supers, getting here to Oklahoma City, beating Texas last night after losing game 1. But you can only ask so much. I mean, 3 days in a row for this Texas offense to make those adjustments.
2-2 pitch. Jerry Glasgow talked about building a fan base. Well, they've done that. Might be a record crowd attendance-wise here tonight, and build a future at Texas Tech. The past has not been the brightest on the field, but the future certainly looks up in Lubbock. And there's a base hit for Jennings.
Jennings started the rally late in the game last night. Opportunity here in the top of the 5th.
Here comes Demi Elder, one of the seniors, the only returning starter, the only player that's been a Red Raider for more than a couple of years. And their leader, unquestioned. Through the first 2 games, the bottom 3 in the order scored 4 of their 5 runs. They were the party starters. Elder, Valdez, and Lindemuth. Swing and a miss on the change, 1 and 2. Kavan trying to stay locked in to finish this off. Lifted out to left, Katie Stewart. Texas is 2 outs away. Another pinch hitter coming up, Logan Holloman. Backhanded by Mitchell. They get the lead runner at second, 2 outs. And Texas is on the precipice. Bailey Lindemuth, the freshman, will step in against Kavan. Two strikes away from a title. Not bothered by past shortcomings. Unabashed in their pursuit. After failing to bring home the title in 2 of the last 3 years. Staying together, playing together. Lindemuth, ground ball to short, good, across the diamond, and it pulls Mitchell off the base. An infield single, and Maya Davis will come to the plate as the run to break up the run rule.
The throw from Good coming a long way across the infield. Mitchell's going to leave the bag to go get that throw.
Second hit of the inning. Davis is 0 for 2. Tech trying to extend the game, extend their season.
And this is the bat you want up if you're a Tech fan. She has been hot this whole postseason, the World Series.
Texas taking game 1 of the series. Tech game 2 last night. And then here in the winner take all, the 5-run outburst for the Longhorns in the first inning set the tone.
Ball.
A 3-run home run for Leanne Good. A grand slam for Mia Scott in the 4th. Left side, strong side for the Horns. And now Tegan Cavan 1 strike away.
Maya Davis going to that rare slap. She usually stays in, swings away. She wants to put the ball in play here, and that's kind of been the story for Tegan Cavan as well. Just 1 strikeout. Not a lot of swing and miss, but she trusts her D now. Pitching more to contact. Not trying to miss bats, but just miss barrels. Over her head. That's some hand-eye coordination, Maya Davis.
She's been good on that outside pitch that's elevated.
She's even smiling like, how did I get to that?
(10-0) Texas, 1 strike away from winning the championship in their 8th try here at the World Series. Davis, slow roller to Scott, and she will leg it out, and on an overthrow, a run will score. And Tech not done yet with a runner on second and third. If Haley Toney can bring them in, the game goes on.
This is all Maya Davis is trying to do. She goes to the short game, just tries to use her speed, and she does, beats it out. Jolie Mitchell unable to knock it down. A run comes in to score, but this is what Maya Davis has been doing throughout the season, extending innings.
With Davis's speed, that probably needs to be a no throw. Opportunity now for Texas Tech.
Texas trying to calm it down after the single and the throwing error. Still in it for the Red Raiders. And it's been one of their best hitters in the tournament, Haley Toney. An unearned run up on the board. Toney out to center. Here comes Davis racing for home. And Texas Tech down to their last strike. Takes the run rule off the board.
You could almost feel it coming when Reagan Johnson started off this inning with that base hit. This has been the fight of this Texas Tech team all year long, specifically here in the World Series. The freshman Toney going down and getting the ball, driving it out onto the green. Ball.
Naja Kennedy loving it, extending this game. Haley Toney, have yourself a postseason. Fearlessness from the Froshy.
The first earned runs off of Kavan at the World Series. And Mia Scott in a collision with Jerry Glasgow and helping the ball coach up.
She's looking at the ball, and Jerry Glasgow is as well and is right in her way.
Coach. A light moment here in a tense situation. Down to their final out, one batter down to their final strike of the tournament, and they stay in it. All red, out to center field. It's a 7-run ball game, which means we will play on with Texas, an opportunity to walk it off with a run in the bottom. Well, Texas has been making it move all night. A 10-3 lead to the bottom of the 5th. Some good fight from Texas Tech in the top half of the inning. They could have been run ruled, but they extend the game. And now Texas with an opportunity to walk off the national championship if they can get one run here. Seven, 8, 9 due up against Sam Lincoln. Ball. The only walk-off in the final in the Champ Series era, UCLA, Kinsley Washington in 2019 to beat Oklahoma. And that was the first walk-off here in a championship game in 27 years.
Making some history.
Tegan Kavan, will she have to go back out there in the 6th? They did change Bailey Lindemuth's single to an error in the top half of the inning, so it still stands for Kavan. 29 innings now at the World Series without allowing an earned run. All 3 of those unearned with a couple of Texas errors. Certainly the thinking on the Longhorn side is end this thing now before the other guys pick up any more momentum. And if you're Texas Tech, you're thinking, hey, what better way for the lowest seed to ever win a championship to do it with the greatest comeback
Ever.
in World Series history? Full count here to Leanne Good. A 3-run home run earlier in the night. And the game-winning run, the championship-winning run is aboard.
That's just the first free pass that Texas Tech has given up. It's mostly been all hits. One defensive miscue.
Here's Katie Simmons. Texas started the night with a 5-run first inning, including the good home run. They chased Nigeri Kennedy out of the circle, added another in the 3rd, and then a grand slam for Mia Scott in the 4th. In Mia's 18th World Series game. Lost in the finals last year, lost in the finals 3 years ago. Is this the year for Texas? Vanquished Oklahoma earlier in the week. First time they had beaten them here. Ball. ran into Kennedy here and Texas Tech in the finals. And were able to get to Nyjah, who was trying to start and win a game for the 3rd day in a row.
Well, Kennedy had all those innings prior. Even though this is a new format where you keep winning, you have a day off, so it does help you be able to use your ace throughout the tournament and before you get to the championship series. But there's a lot of pitches on that arm.
Yeah. Well, in the finals still.
Yes.
Back-to-back-to-back days.
100%.
40 Ks to 5 walks. Are you kidding me? That's so good. Wow.
Ball.
And a full count now to Simmons. Lincoln, the freshman from Taunton, Mass. Simmons grabbed at second. And a double play. Langoliers, fabulous, down in the dirt.
This is all about positioning. Langoliers in the perfect spot up the middle. Look at where she's at, close to second base. This ball at the end of the back, the diving catch to get it on the ground and easily going to double up good. And Nyjah continuing to support her team, loving to see the defense and the double play.
Got a pinch hitter here for Texas. Vanessa Quiroga, the senior from Corpus Christi, will hit in the 9 spot. And Texas Tech is now 1 out away from getting more swings. Pinch hit in game 1, 0 for 1 on Wednesday night.
Ball.
Swing and a miss for Lincoln. 1 strike away from another set of ABs. Got her, called strike 3. And the Red Raider fans are loving it. There is no give up in Texas Tech.
Sam Lincoln, the lefty, spinning a gem, getting this ball down and picking up the strikeout against Quiroga. Nyjah supporting her team, ready to pick up the bats again and put more runs up on the board.
Game 3, winner take all tonight for the national championship. Big crooked numbers for Texas, but a good response from Tech with that 3-run 5th inning to avoid a run rule defeat. And now they are coming back up again on the heels of 4 hits and 3 runs the last time up against Cavan, and a Texas defense which committed a couple of errors. They will put the shift on once again here for Alana Johnson. This is 4, 5, and 6 coming up. They have 6 outs still to work with. And they'd have to keep Texas off the board in the bottom of this inning.
Ball.
Johnson, a ground out. Gonna fly out tonight. Good. Managed to hang on, but an errant throw to first. And what has been a problem in their past in finals is coming up again as the defense looks shaky.
But this ball is scorched 81 miles an hour on the exit velocity, and good getting that glove up, but then just airmails it over to Mitchell at first. A good throw. I think she has her.
I think her heart was jumping out of her chest, though. She almost lost her face. I mean, that thing jumped up. 81 miles an hour. That's the hardest ball we've seen hit this World Series.
Yeah, any elevation to that, it would have left the yard.
Momentum can be such a dangerous thing in softball. Tech has it. Tegan Cavan trying to take it away. 0-1 to Langoliers.
And that's the pitch she needs, but she's been missing that the last couple innings. Probably a little hyped, a little overthrowing that changeup. It's a little fast, it's a little low in the zone, but she gets the swing and miss on that big pitch.
Three errors in the last 5 plate appearances for Texas. They have been solid defensively at the World Series leading up to the finals, and it's been an issue.
Oh, it's been
in all 3 of them.
All 3 champ series. They have struggled with the defense. When the lights get the brightest, they have tensed up at times.
Still have a good cushion, but Texas Tech is not going away. Cavan's got her here 0-2, has just the 1 strikeout tonight. Make it 2. 1 down.
Well, and that pitch better. She goes back to the changeup to pick up her 2nd strikeout tonight. But the key is that the rotation on it, and it's 56 miles an hour, so it's a little bit slower, tighter spin on it, better location. She gets and induces the swing and miss.
Here's Reagan Jennings. Singled her last time up. In that 3-run 5th inning, she was the one that triggered it. Hitting again here instead of Nigeri Kennedy. And yes, Kennedy could re-enter if things tighten up. Pitched just the 1st inning tonight. .69 miles an hour on her 91st pitch of the night. 1-2. Right back to Kennedy. They'll get the lead runner, and that's all. 2 down. Hey, how about this Sunday night baseball matchup? It's the best rivalry in the game. The Yankees and the Red Sox Sunday night at 7 Eastern. Coverage begins at 6 o'clock with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. The rally for Texas Tech means that Demi Elder gets another at-bat. The senior trying to extend her career.
Demi Elder injured earlier this year, and after coming back from that injury, this Texas Tech team has just been on a roll.
31-4 as a starter for a young woman who has played for 4 different coaches in her 4 seasons. And when we asked her before the finals what it was like, shrugged and said, it's all worth it when you're playing here on this stage.
It's awesome.
In a Red Raider jersey.
Oh, Coach told her, just make sure they're having fun and bring the energy.
Cavan gets her there to end the inning. And for the second time tonight, Texas can walk it off to win a championship.
Tegan Cavan continuing to use that changeup that's been so effective. Good in the circle, has yet to give up an earned run in this World Series.
The Longhorns can finally end the drought and win a championship. Third most appearances by a team without one. That may be coming to an end shortly. A couple of times as a runner-up to Oklahoma. They beat OU on Saturday here at the World Series. And their first win ever against the Sooners on this stage. And now Tegan Cavan leading the way in the circle. 30 innings without allowing an earned run here at the World Series. And it's the top of the Texas lineup needing one run to rule their way to a ring. Maloney, Henry, Scott, 400 hitters all to face Sam Lincoln, who will try and get the Red Raiders one more chance in the 7th. And what a moment for the freshman right here. Doubled and scored in the 4th. Her 93rd hit of the season to set a new school record.
And if you're breaking Janae Jefferson's records, you know you've had a great year.
Tony has it at short, one down. If they can extend it to the 7th, it would be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Texas Tech. This is Caden Henry. Has reached all 3 times she's come up with a pair of hits. She hit a home run in that Oklahoma win on Saturday.
So many tools. Fastest on this team. Has that pop you're talking about, Beth. Always scans the defense.
Yes, attempt.
1 and 2. Just outside the line, foul. Missed it inside to Henry, just a sophomore. 6 of their starters would be eligible to return again next season.
Yeah, young in a lot of positions.
Yeah, that's off the glove of Tony. Henry with that speed will make it all the way to second. And the championship run is in scoring position. And look who's coming up, the Grand Slammer Mia Scott.
How about Caden Henry, though? Just out of the box thinking double on an infield hit. So impressive.
An RBI wins a championship for Texas.
Ball. Just seems fitting that Mia Scott should have this opportunity. Ball.
And they may not give her anything to hit. 3-0 to Scott with Reese Atwood on deck. An option that isn't a whole lot better. Ball. Reese is 2 for 3 today.
The only thing this does is it gives Tech the opportunity to potentially turn a double play. Atwood being right-handed.
All the anticipation to put an end to the frustration for Texas.
Ball.
Outside, 1-1.
You can tell Reese Atwood is yes, yes, yes on everything. Late nose, check swing. That one started her swing. She is hunting everything right now, not even one zone. She wants to hit.
Looks at strike 2 there. A rocket towards her own dugout.
Yeah, 69-mile-an-hour pitch she gets around.
Last year, she set the school record for runs batted in with 90. This year, she's approached it with 88. This would be the biggest of the bunch.
She's ahead of everything. That changeup was the only pitch that she took. She's been swinging at anything hard. Surprise Lincoln doesn't come back with that off speed.
Atwood, swing and a miss. 2 down. Big strikeout for Sam Lincoln.
Sam Lincoln spinning this ball upstairs. It's a rise ball. Sword swing by Reese Atwood. Completely fooled on that pitch.
Here's Katie Stewart with a chance. Has driven in a couple here tonight. She was the final out of last year's championship series for Texas. Looking to deliver Caden Henry from second base to walk it off. Down 0-2. Was able to hold up. The runners will advance. One runner, Henry, will advance to third base.
That's heads up by Henry, getting a good jump, seeing this ball down in the dirt. She just keeps going, never turns her hips. And Scott did not get the good jump, so she stays at first.
So now the game winner 60 feet away. Scott will take second uncontested. Two to Stewart. Struck her out. Lincoln back-to-back Ks with the game on the line. And we are headed to the 7th inning. And the Texas Longhorns will send out Tegan Cavan to try and end it for the Longhorns, tossing her way to a first national championship. championship for the Texas Longhorns. Trying to get that first one. They lead it 10-3, and it's the last chance for Texas Tech. It's been a long wait for Texas fans on this, their 8th trip to the World Series. Is that wait about to end? Here goes Tegan Cavan. 30 innings of work at the World Series without allowing an earned run. And she will try and end it against 8-9-1. Here's a pinch hitter, Michaela Garcia, the sophomore from Lubbock. Notable for her steal of home as a pinch runner in the UCLA game earlier in this World Series.
Cavan going upstairs, 2 good rise balls on the outer half.
Cavan, 3 strikeouts on the night, 2 of those in the last inning.
Beth, all 3 of her strikeouts have been on that changeup.
One 100th pitch of the evening for Tegan. Base hit, Garcia. Sixth of the night for Tech.
1-2 pitch that's a little bit too close, a little bit too hittable.
Garcia off the bench, too.
The Lubbock native getting it done. Here's Bailey Lindemuth in the 9 spot, and then it's the top of the order for the 4th time to see Cavan. The most improbable of runs for the 12 seed. They upset Florida State in the Supers. Beat UCLA and Oklahoma here in the build-up to the finals. A win against Texas last night. Only fitting that they're putting up this kind of fight late. And now a 1-2 count for Cavan. Lindemuth drives one, and Stewart on the go, hangs on as she slams into the side wall. Wow. An effort by Katie Stewart, 1 down.
Full speed into the wall. I mean, she didn't slow up a bit. She knew it was coming, too. Because her hands are up in the air, and she reads it and knows exactly where this wall is, slams into it, holds on. Understanding there's a runner at first, but this is contact straight in. Katie Stewart, big first out of the inning.
Maya Davis, and Mitchell tosses to no one, and it goes out into right field. And Tech has runners on second and third with 1 out.
Katie Bennett's pulled so much towards second base. She even hops towards second base, so she's nowhere near first base to be able to make this play. This is communication, but also for Jolie Mitchell to be able to see out of the corner of their eye. There ain't no one there. Tosses it to no one.
She needs to know where her teammate is if they're up the middle. And it is loud here, but that's where you've got to be yelling. 5 hits in the last 10 at-bats for this Texas Tech offense that just will not go away.
A single and an E3. Haley Toney with a chance to chip away. A 2-run single her last time up.
I think what's so impressive with Tech is the fact that they do it without the slug. You know, you don't see a lot of the gap shots, the home runs. They put the ball in play and just continue to put pressure on defense.
Chaos. They create chaos. 60 home runs on the year, that's it. They know how to manufacture runs.
The only one to have a home run here at the World Series up to bat right now, Haley Toney. It's been their big hitter.
In for a strike from Kavan. Toney slices that out towards Stewart. That will fall for a base hit, and they're going to throw out the base runner Davis at third. And now are they calling obstruction? A run does score for Texas Tech.
Pokes her bat out. Good job by Katie Stewart, unable to make the catch, but you can see heads up to make the throw over. Davis trying to get to third. Splitting the bag is Mia Scott. I don't see obstruction there.
I don't either.
To me, that is an out.
There's an umpire challenge at third base. That play is under review.
So the umpires themselves choosing to look at this.
Fired up, too. This has been the controversy of controversies for this postseason. This call right here, obstruction.
Let's bring in Christy Cornwell, our rules analyst.
So we're able to go to review on this under the uncovered play situation. The fly ball drew the base umpire out into the outfield, and the plate umpire was still at the plate. So they're going to look at all elements of this play, including obstruction and whether or not we had a tag prior to the runner getting to the base.
So what are you seeing on the replay, Christy?
I think it's going to be really close. It looks like we might have an out just before her fingertips touch the base.
So you don't see obstruction.
No obstruction, right?
Well, it depends on how they rule that left foot. She's straddling the base, and the runner has a clear path to the leading edge, but that left foot is in front of the plane of glass. I don't think we should rule obstruction in this case.
I think this is a rule that the Rules Committee will go back and reword.
Yeah, she's not blocking any path to the base there, and I think the tag was applied just before the fingertips reached third. This would be the second out if they reverse it.
It looked like it got the forearm, but even before the chest.
Remember, once she gets the ball, she can do whatever she wants. So she has the ball there. So even her lean towards the runner, if she's blocking anything, once she has the ball, she can go after that runner.
There has already been an obstruction rule back on Wednesday in game one that went in Texas Tech's favor on a play out at second base. And I don't understand why this would take that long. Call is safe at third. They would need the evidence to overturn it for the second out of the inning.
After review, the changes. The call is an out.
And this is a great play by Katie Stewart, by the way. She pretty much dekes the runner because they think she's going to catch it. And this is not obstruction. They do the right thing here. Mia Scott straddling the bag. Good call by the umpires to call for that review.
That is the right.
So now Texas is 1 out away from winning it all. Here's Lauren Allred. Up and in at her. Tech has already tonight fought off a run rule with a 3-run third inning, and they have denied Texas a couple of chances to walk it off in the bottom of the 5th and 6th. Ground ball, backhanded by Good, over to first. And you can light up the UT Tower burnt orange. Texas is finally bringing the championship home to Austin. On their 8th try at the World Series, Texas has a title. And on his 8th try, Mike White has a championship. And the SEC will win a title for the first time in a decade.
This is a team that has battled. It's been a roller coaster of a season, but getting some of their best pitching and best hitting toward the end of the season.
How about the season for Nyjah Kennedy even get them to this point? I know she's going to beat herself up for the 5 runs in that first inning, but it's really been about this Texas team and their perseverance, their response to lose yesterday, which, by the way, in these 3-game series, you don't see the